Alright, YouTube. So I'm out renovating one of my strawberry grow bags, and I noticed I had a ripe fruit from the Fragaria Virginiana variety. The fruit feels kind of soft, so I believe this one to be ripe. Still not removing from the stem easily. I thought the seeds would turn red, but I guess not. It could have been from the previous weather conditions affecting the ripening of the fruit. Here's some flowers of the Fragaria Virginiana. This variety doesn't really produce a good enough berry size, so I'm hoping that the flavor makes up for that. If not, I'm going to end up pulling this variety. So you can see how that size compares to this Rutgers Scarlet, and even the Scarlet variety makes this variety look like makes it look like child's play basically. So here's a small Scarlet Strawberry. Both of these are Fragaria Virginiana. One of them is slightly more domesticated. This larger one is slightly more domesticated. And you can see the smaller Scarlet is much larger than this Fragaria Virginiana. So I'm hoping for the best from this one. Let's give it a go. Definitely tastes like a strawberry, but that one is just too tart. So here I have Snowbank White Blackberry. It's just blooming like a madman. You can see the bees pollinating. Very tight clusters of some beautiful white flowers. I came back here because I wanted to show these Goji berry fruit sets. So this is Scarlet Goji berry. The plant seems to be blooming a lot actually. This is my first time witnessing it produce. I honestly thought the plant died out 1 or 2 seasons ago when I planted it, because I didn't see anything from it. But as you can see, there's plenty of fruit sets and plenty of flower buds still coming on, and plenty of flowers that are still open. That nice pretty purple bloom. It looks just like a pepper flower, and the fruit sets look just like a pepper fruit set. Alright, so I'm gonna pull Fragaria Virginiana, the one that's not domesticated, simply because the flavor is not as sweet as I'd like it to be, honestly. So yeah, so bye-bye Fragaria Virginiana. Most of these varieties, I've just been testing them out for the most part, so I can know what I want to grow on a large scale. So this variety right here, Scarlet, I'm gonna grow this one on a large scale. Nice pretty berries always. I can always come out here and expect to find something ripe enough for me to eat. And this is a June bearing variety. You can look in here. I got plenty of unpicked berries that I gotta come in and pick through. But I've been cleaning up my garden beds and whatnot, so I've been getting lazy on picking my berries. This year was mostly a taste trial for me, so I wasn't too concerned on just filling up buckets with strawberries, but next season I will be. So as I said, bye-bye Fragaria Virginiana. I'm gonna put a variety right here that actually does taste good, and you can see that big old worm right there. Get that worm. Let's get you back under the soil. Just gonna shake these roots off. So don't think I'm just getting rid of this strawberry because I'm not I'm not too good with telling the flavors of them or whatnot. I can easily eat a strawberry and know if it's good or not. And this one right here definitely isn't a variety that I would want in my garden. So here's another one that's ripening up. And like I said, that berry size already is a turn off. That's just too small. I already thought Scarlet was small with those berries that can weigh up to 6 grams. But this right here, this is below 1 gram. That flavor just isn't there. I can pick Scarlet underripe and it'll still have some sweetness. At least the red parts will still be sweet. I could if I pick this one underripe, or even if I try to pick it ripe, it has a tart notes to it. So that's one grow bag cleaned out. And all of these Fragaria virginiana plants actually came from 2 original plants that I bought online. So that's one bag cleaned out. I have to do 2 more, and I have some more strawberries that are ready to be transplanted of some other varieties such as Early Glow and others. I'll do an update as I get them planted into these grow bags. But these 2, I gotta finish pulling these out, and I'm only gonna keep the champion varieties. So here is Mara de Bois, which is a French strawberry variety. And you can see these transplants are doing very well. Came from Norse Farms. And then right here in these containers, I have some Scarlets that are just sending out runners. And I just started rooting them inside these Mara de Bois bags, but I'm using those containers. And basically that's gonna help shade out some of that soil until I get some other stuff planted between those strawberry plants. So you can notice how tight I did my spacing. So this is how I'm gonna start doing my strawberries, because I like how they how my wild strawberries, how they fill in that space. I want my cultivated strawberries to look similar to that. Now I know my cultivated varieties won't have as tall of a foliage as these Scarlet plants do. So they won't have as tall of a foliage, and they won't fill out as well. But even so, it should still be able to form a nice low ground cover. And I'm gonna show my reasoning for that. Show y'all these Rutgers Scarlet plants. So you can see inside this bag here. Now inside those Mara de Bois bags, I planted about 13 transplants per bag. Now inside this Rutgers Scarlet, I have, it's probably only about 6 plants in each of these 6 or so plants. Yeah, it's about 6 or so plants. Now if I'd have had 13, that bag would have been nice and full. And this bag only has about 2 plants. And when I was first planting them, I think I was only planting about 4 or 5 plants per bag, because I was going off of the online information, which stated that you should space these at least a foot apart or so. And I don't find that to be true, at least in my zone, because it's so hot out here, especially during the growing season. I'd rather plant them much closer together so I can water less. And you can just see how these Scarlets are just shading the inside of that bag. None of that soil has any sunlight making contact with it. So these Rutgers Scarlet bags during the summer and whatnot, these can dry out easily. And I witnessed that with my Scarlet bags last season also, that they dry out very easily. And those plants, the leaves start wilting, and I have to do much more watering than what I'm willing to do. So I'm gonna go with a much tighter spacing. And basically once these plants fill out, once these leaves fill out for the Mara de Bois, that bag will be nice and full. of foliage, and then I'm gonna well, not then, but probably today or tomorrow or real soon, I'm gonna probably plant some root crops, probably like radish or something in between these spaces. I may even drop a brassica in there, like chiji misai, mustard greens or something like that. I have some starts already, and I'm trying to see what I want, where I want to put everything at. So see y'all in the next one.